Hey everybody, my name is Rydo and we are going to be looking at a very special map that I have found for Minecraft. We're running Minecraft 1.8.3, the newest version right now, and we will be doing a fan-made version of a demo called PT. PT stands for Playable Trailers, and since spoilers are coming, if you don't want to hear spoilers, but since we're not going to get to that point in this because I don't think it it shows the spoiler. PT was the announcement of a new game called Silent Hills. Silent Hill is a series that has had I think 4 or 5 main games, and so maybe they're doing a reboot, maybe they're doing another sequel, and they're calling it Silent Hills with an S. So you were given this playable trailer, which is pretty interesting and was pretty scary. Unfortunately, I couldn't ever make a video with PT. I really would have liked to because it looked very good and it was pretty amazing. But I'm just not hardware equipped to record things off the PlayStation, and that was the only PlayStation 4, and that's the only way to play PT. So this will be technically sort of kind of my first time ever playing PT, but I've seen a lot of other people play it. Uh, this is a trailer for a horror game, but if you're highly unlikely you're going to be that scared in Minecraft versions of it. Minecraft is very blocky and kind of kids like. Uh, Also, the second reason why I wouldn't have really probably made a good series, good spotlight of PT, is that I'm not the type of person that gets afraid of video games very often at all. So we'll probably go through all of this and it won't scare me one bit. That's just me. I I'm just not that type of person. I understand a lot of people are. And if you were afraid to watch PT and you're watching this instead, you might have made a good choice. I do want to point out there will be a link in the description to get this map, and you'd have to download it and put it in your saves folder. The instructions said to turn down the music, which I have translated into turning off the music. I don't think you're going to want any of it in there, but I'm leaving everything else up because that's what the instruction says. And then it said had to have the brightness at moody and all the particles on. Now, if I leave the brightness at moody, there are a lot of situations for people with different types of screens where they won't be able to see anything at all. For recording purposes, I have to turn the brightness all the way back to 100% bright. So this is your warning right now. If you're watching this on a TV, or if you can figure out how to turn the brightness down on your computer monitor, do it now to the point where you could probably just barely see this background would be about what I would guess you'd want to get it at. But I've got to record on as bright as possible just so that I can be as accessible to as many people as possible. But that's enough talking, so let's get into PT. I'm gonna walk around and in the first cycle of this game, I'm gonna walk around and show just the general architectural and discovery, not discovery, display of things, and then I probably will get quiet and we'll just go through this. And I'll not make a lot of comments. I'm going to make some comments. If you didn't want to hear me talk about this, or if you just want to play it yourself, go download it now. But let's get into it. I am right now also releasing the code. We'll soon start working on the code too for another Minecraft series if you want to go check that out later. It's made by PT by Duddlecraft. Let's get into it. Downloading terrain. Okay, so made by Duddlecraft. Okay, that's interesting. Let's go ahead and click the made by Duddlecraft. My YouTube channel. So he has a YouTube channel. The link will be, if you click on the link to the place where you can download it, there's a link from that link to his YouTube channel. I definitely subscribed. Let's see what the instructions are. Is getting some jitteriness, and I believe that's intentional, that it's jittering me on purpose. Difficulty easy. Uh, Particles all, brightness moody, music off. Okay, it didn't say that in the description, it said music down. There's a difference between turning your music down and turning your music uh, off. No resource pack required, you can play on default. Alright, so what's my difficulty, I wonder? Easy. Alright, good. I so often change it, I wouldn't even know. So we're in a bathroom, there's a squid in the sink, and it's a toilet, and a thing. Let's see, can we move? Not well. Let's start PT. Well, gee, I wish that the text would go off on the settings. That's a little bit of a bug. How long is that supposed to... Watch out, the gap in the door it's a separate reality. And then we have Endermites, the most feared creature. Game mode has been updated. And I'm standing through the thing. The only me is me. Are you sure the only you is you? I guess I'm gonna read these things out loud. That's pretty cool that you can get an endermite to just crawl across this floor and not have it attack me. That definitely gonna do a series after this called Deconstructing PT, in which we're gonna fly around in spectator mode and just see all of the tricks and all of his construction on this. So you start in the regular PT. If you haven't seen it, I'd suggest watching it in a brightly lit room if you're scared. Little box. What is going on? Is my mouse just not working, or is this something else that's happening? How would I be able to tell? Let's go back to the menu. When I move the mouse in the menu, I'm sorry for this, but when I'm moving the mouse in the menu, it is very smooth. I've got a brand new mouse and it works pretty good. It's very smooth, but he's got something happening that's adding some jitteriness to it. And that shouldn't be like frame rate lag. Let's see. Frames per second. Memory 100%. Wow, look at that. I'm using way too much memory. Now this is something that needs to be reported back to the creator, that in my setup I'm using too much memory. So let's try 16 chunk render distance, which is the old maximum, and let's try 60 frames per second instead of unlimited, which is what I record at. Why not? And get back to the game. So we're already having to to debug his project. His on the download thing it said it was 100% done. I'm gonna have to knock you down to 99% done. You need to warn people. Using 1 GB of RAM, maybe, arguably, you could say that's too little of RAM, but you're gonna need to warn people with small amounts of RAM not to be at 32 megs, 32 chunk render distance, uh, and unlimited frame rates. Because as soon as I got in your game, I experienced a bad experience, and most people are not gonna bother to figure out where that chunkiness was coming from. And I seriously doubt it was intentional. Alright. Anyways, let's get to the game. This says it's a skull, but I don't see any face on it. We can't jump. Interesting. Can we crouch? Looks like we can crouch. When you start PT, the Endermite was supposed to represent a cockroach that you see at the beginning of the game, so I'll try and point out as much comparisons on this first run. Let's get into it though. So you walk through this door, you wake up in this cellar, whatever, and you walk through into this hallway. Now, notice the door closed on you, made no sound, and now there's a wall there. And we're not in the mode where I could sit here and just uh, beat on it, so I bet I have something along the lines of mining fatigue. Hey, I got an achievement! I doubt you're supposed to bring up your inventory here, but he has slowness, saturation, and jump boost on me. And I think he's giving me a jump boost of a negative number, so I can't jump. Alright. So, like in regular PT, there's a hallway. There are pictures on the wall. Now, on the default texture pack, the pictures are just the default Minecraft pictures. In PT, all the pictures have a very significant importance. This light is off, this light is on, that light is on, uh, that light is on, light is on. So not having those specific pictures kind of hurts. There is a clock on the table in regular PT. He's simulated that with an item frame and a clock item, which says right now we are close to midnight, but not quite at midnight. There would be, the blue part here would be even if we were exactly at midnight. And then there are more pictures. And all of these pictures have importance. There's a telephone here. He's simulated that with a lever. I think there's a dead plant here, and maybe some other things. You have this window that in PT shows just blackness, as black as you can get. He's simulating that with black wool. This light here is off. You have this door. You can't open the door in PT on the first run at all. So he major improvements could be made on this map already if you had custom textures that made the pictures more in line with actual PT, and if you had a fake door, an iron door here that was textured to look like a regular door. And that way, as a player, I couldn't right click and open the door, but it would look like I could. And many maps have done that. A lot of maps have done that to put that in there. So, running into a little more jitter there. That's no good. You need some optimization. I'll just throw that out. I think there's a beam in the ceiling right about here that's missing. There's a picture. We regret to report you the murder of the wife and her 2 children by their husband and father. It says there's a radio here. The father purchased the rifle used in the crime at his local gun store 2 days earlier. The brutal killings took place while the family was gathered at home on a Sunday afternoon. Uh, the day of the crime, and the father went to the trunk of his car, retrieved the rifle, and shot his wife as she was cleaning up the kitchen after him. When his 10-year-old son came to investigate the commotion, the father shot him too. Hmm. His 6-year-old daughter had a good sense to hide in the bathroom, but reports suggest he lured her out by telling her it was just a game. The girl was found shot at the first chest, the mother who was shot in the stomach while pregnant at the time. Police arrived on the scene, and neighbors called 911 several days before the murders. They said they were chanting some strange spell. There was another family shot. State police say that domestic homicides appeared unrelated, though it could be the part of a larger thread, such as employment, child care. That was a lot. Let's see. If I type something, we can bring some of this back. That was not timed out well, and frankly, you're supposed to not hear all of this in PT as it was spoken in the real PT. I think you might want to try and skirt some. The map maker might have wanted to try to skirt some fair use argument there and grab the audio or re-recorded the audio himself, and which he would have been totally in the clear to do, and make these a resource pack audio files, because that's just a huge wall of text that came by way too fast. Unknown command /4. Now this is your coat rack, but I don't believe in the game there was any coats. And frankly, when you have a leather tunic and a leather pants there, I can still right click it and try and put them on. Apparently he's put in enough command block trickery to make sure I don't actually wear it. There's a light switch right here on the light, where I believe there was probably a light switch on the wall over here. This door in PT, much to my disappointment, I don't think ever opens or does anything. I kept expecting other people who would do videos of PT to go try the door again, go try it, see if it's open now. Because all these other doors will lock and unlock at randomness, and most people didn't even bother with that to check the door. And then there's oftentimes a shadowy figure up here that looks like something. But this door is unlocked. We usually have to wander around the hallway a little bit before the door is unlocked. It's pretty good sound. That's a basic Minecraft. All of this is made using plain old vanilla Minecraft. I think a resource pack would probably help them a little bit, but I'll stop saying that. And then this is the trick of PT. You walk through this door, and all of a sudden, it's locked behind you again, and you are in the hallway again. And PT was a bit of a puzzle. It took a lot of people several attempts. Things are going to slightly change, but not a lot. One thing that's slightly changed is this wall was stone before for the basement, and now it is like the texture of quartz. This is quartz. It's this wall texture. So we've got to go through this several times. I'm going to have less to say now. So you start hearing this banging thing. It's a very slow, creeping eeriness that grows as you play through PT. Of course, you can still open the door, and you can't open this door until a lot later. So it's making this sound. And the door is open. And that's all we have to be worried about, so we'll just go through it again. I want to kind of take this kind of fast, because it is a lot of cycles. And to do the whole thing in the real PT is this crazy set of trickery things you have to do. And you have to plug in the microphone into the PS4 at one time and say words to get it to work half the time. and it seems very, very random. And I don't know if anybody ever is gonna know the true triggers, but they've figured out that if you keep at it and try different things. So now this has gotten a little louder, this banging. Still can open the door. Nothing is really gonna scare me in Minecraft. That would be pretty silly. This is about, it's applaudable how silly it is to think about doing this in Minecraft. Of all the games that you might be able to recreate PD in, which is a great looking, very graphical. It's gonna look great if Silent Hills is as good as PT looks. Silent Hills is a game to buy already just for its appearance. But to do it in Minecraft, where everything is blocky and low fidelity in its graphics, it's avant-garde. I would suppose that might be the wrong term, but to me, I would say that is avant-garde artistry. Okay, so I opened the door, and then something screamed at me and shut the door. And now when I open it, the wall's back. Suppose I could turn off the light. Just make it spookier. I am sitting in a darkened room, trying to get that ambiance, but let's be realistic, it's not gonna scare me. Not gonna make me jump. So, as you're playing regular PT, you want to keep an eye on the clock. It changes every now and then. Several things change. The light here is off. This light is now on. We're hearing sounds. And then we've got this. It's like the coat rock. And then the light's off. The door is still unopened. Oh no, Endermites! The most feared things ever in Minecraft. So there's a ghost section. I don't know if cockroaches show up. The face here has changed. It was a Steve head and now it is a creeper head. Have any of the other pictures really changed? I think maybe a little bit. They might not be the same ones. In the same places, but these 1x1 pictures, there's only so many you can pick from. He's got them all programmed so that they're stuck. They don't have any ability to attack me. Normally they'd be killing me about right now. So, here we go. The light's back on. When you're doing horror and trying to scare people, you want rising and falling action, rising and falling action. So the door is open now. And we're back in the bathroom. And now we're stuck in the bathroom. Squid. I have a flashlight. And you're just looking in the toilet. What? What was that? I'm hearing, they're putting text across the screen. Is it because I'm near the toilet, or is it because I'm just supposed to see it? Now he's figured out a way so this door can't be opened. At least he fixed that. But in the regular PT, you can't open the doors and there's a wall behind them. And so you see all that gibberish, and that's about it. If I hit this button, nothing. You can't trust the tap water. Interesting. Seems like you might have hid some Easter eggs in here. That's good on the map creator. I have to say, that's a good idea. You can't see yourself in the mirror of the bathroom because it's all dirty, and there's some thematic reason because they didn't want you to realize it was a Silent Hills announcement until the very end. People played this for days without even knowing that it had anything to do with Silent Hills. And that's a pretty awesome way to get buzz about your new game. And I'm pretty pumped. I might actually play Silent Hills even though when it comes out. There is one sad note is that one of the original creators of the original Silent Hills games is not going to be involved. So hopefully they can move forward from that and still make a great game. My voice, can you hear it? The sign, can you read it? I'll wait forever if you just come to me. Still not at midnight. Both of these lights are off. There are some small puzzle mechanics in the regular PT, but not a lot. Mostly it's just walking through this. Sign, can you read it? No more radio things. I think redoing the radio and a lot of the sounds, or just grabbing them out of PT, you might get away with that and putting it in the resource box. Surreal say norm, that sounds like French to me. Let's see. Surreal, the name, the vintage note of an emperor. The love of a child? I was practically kicked out of my French class, so I don't really know what that says. I would really like to have a better memory to know if these pictures are the same pictures in the same place or not. A subtle adjustment there would add to subconscious uneasiness without being so obvious that somebody would be able to pinpoint what's different, but they would feel uneasy. And that's what going through the same room and seeing it again and again with only subtle differences is trying to invoke. So the window broke out and smashed. It's a pretty cool effect for Minecraft. This has changed again to a skeleton head. Non muscle inerte poi su indesivant. It'd be nice if somebody in the comments translated these things. If they want to pause the screen and go to their favorite Google Translate or Bing Translate and put just some translations there. They probably don't matter what it says. Still not midnight. The lights change ever so much. I'm very interested as to how large this map is. This map could be huge. The radio. After killing his family, father hung himself in the garden hose until they had in the garage. I don't believe you ever see anything through this window in PT. This may be new, or maybe nobody I saw that played it and put a YouTube video up ever looked that way. A lot of people ran right through them because they were afraid. So this is supposed to be me hanging myself, or is this supposed to be something else hanging and dripping lava to look like blood? I don't get it. Is this supposed to just be some chandelier? Is this supposed to be a body hanging, a box hanging? I don't remember seeing something like that in PT. Anyways, moving on. Oh, great, now Japanese. So if you wanted to bother to translate the French, go translate the Japanese now. That'll be great. I'm not sure if those were all in PT. I know there are some things that are whispered and said and written on the walls in this thing, but I don't know if he's doing a one-to-one translation or adding his own little elements to it. You could certainly take this concept and take it further. And he could take, just call it the hallway and go in a different direction slightly. And I'm sure a lot of people would be very cool with that. Very interested. Because Silent Hills is not coming out for a while. And a Minecraft version would, I'd make a video of it at least. I can guarantee you that. Ah, that's a pretty cool effect. Convincing something blocks to swing around in Minecraft is not a trivial thing to do. So we're back to the bathroom. There's like this. Oh, ghost. You look over here and oh, it's a ghost. Whatever. Uh, there's like this deformed, like aborted baby in the sink that shows up and talks to you, but it barely even looks like a human baby. It looks more like a monster. 204863. Well, that's good to know, whatever that means. Hope we don't have to type anything in. That's the code in a nutshell. Is that we have to find all kinds of codes and write them on a piece of paper and put them in a hopper. So the window's broken again. It wasn't broken before. And he's just spinning all of these things. Oh, there's probably several levels of trickery to get the rope to swing, to get the blocks to swing. Uh, this is definitely with the new item stand trick, I would bet. Lots and lots of stuff has been discovered on what you can do with item stands to make new effects. So much so that I think they're probably going to have to expand the item stand and give other functions to get away from doing things with the item stand because it's getting so overused now. Never moving a step, his hand in mine, I waited for it to pass. Still not midnight. And like I said, I was not gonna just silently walk through this thing. That is not my style. If you go, please subscribe to my channel and go see some of my other shows. You can see that I talk almost non-stop in all of my recordings and put commentary. It said, "Forgive me, Lisa. There's a monster inside of me." All right, but I have several series going on, working very heavily on. I can hear them calling from hell, apparently. Uh, I'm working on Blackrock Mountain, the expansion to a game called Hearthstone, all this month of April, and spending most of my time on that. But I'm also releasing the end of a series, FTL, and a new series I just started called Plague Inc. FTL is going to end. There will be a new series called Bastion soon after that. I've already finished a series called The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Plus there were several other series such as Portal, Portal 2, and The Talus Principle that have been released, and several spotlights. Lots of growing number of Minecraft spotlights. As I find maps like this, I'm going to try and do more and more of these because I know a lot of people like Minecraft, but I want people to watch all my series that they can because it helps me out. And the best way to know if I have a new episode out is to be subscribed. But I release at least 3 or 4 episodes every Monday through Friday. So that's my pitch for me. Alright, so now we're getting a particle effect. It's like fog or dust. This is pretty cool. I don't know exactly how you would do this. You probably had to hand code all of this into every single block. And it's very possible that the lights being off and these lights being on and all that being on was something that triggered the ending, because you couldn't just work your way or brute force your way to the endings of the real PT. It was this whole system of you had to figure out the combinations, otherwise you just go in loops forever and ever. Or at least it seemed like that. It may have not actually been that way. So all the lights in this corner are off. The bathroom is once again boarded up. I'm not sure how you do this, to have a redstone lamp upside down in a block of red glass. That is a pretty cool trick. So it's like the chandelier is burnt out and spinning. There's all kinds of French going on right here. If you are trying to translate all of this, 204863, 204863, then I'm glad for that, but thank you for that translation. I didn't expect it was going to be this much work. So you can spin the heads. Since that one was crooked, I'll set it right back the way it was. Why not? Now, it would be possible for me to just type in 204863, and that would change whatever item I'm selected. Look, I'll hit 2 right now, and then back to 1. So it could be that I could just type that in and that would do something, but I'm not ready to end the game. We still got a lot to see, so I'll save that until I feel like we haven't, it stops changing. Particularly in Minecraft, he can't have really made it so impossible. We might be at midnight. It's hard to see. He's got an effect on me now. This is, what is this? Speed for about 20 minutes and nausea on top of the slowness, saturation, and all that. So this is the part where it gets really crazy in PT, as you start going down the hallway, and you have this speed which speeds you up and makes you run fast, and then you have this nausea that, oh man, talk about an effect. Let's see, let's go in the bathroom. The squid is gone, and nothing happens when I click the button this time. Oh man, this effect. What? The hallway's different now. Instead of getting to the part where the front door assumedly is, and where we would exit normally in the chandelier, it's missing. The two hallways have connected. This hallway has mirrored itself and connected. So from this point, I'm going back like this way to another version of that. Oh, this is weird. And it's all twisted around now. It's mirrored it. Oh. I'm gonna probably have to just run through this. I can't even hit the button. Oh man. The lever is the wrong direction. Player, you've been chosen. Okay, so that's one of the things. Uh-oh, I may have accidentally triggered the ending. You got fired, so you drowned your sorrows in a bottle of booze. I think I've accidentally triggered the ending here. So we'll go as far as we can. There's more here I know to see. So because of that, I'm gonna possibly, you can't trust the tap water. I'm gonna possibly get to the ending I want to get to at least one ending, whether it's the right ending or a bad ending. We are at midnight now. Finally, I've been waiting for midnight forever. She had to get a part-time job working at a grocery store cash register. Working a grocery store cash register. Alright. Well, that sounds like a sucky job. There are elements in the real PT that this has skipped. At least 2 mini puzzle things. The only reason she couldn't earn a wage at all is the manager liked how she looked in the skirt. That's a little sexist, or a lot sexist. Let's keep going. You remember, right? Exactly 10 months back. No, I don't remember anything. I'm the player. No turning back now. Oh, finally. Finally, the game has seen fit to allow me to stop having nausea. You can't trust the tap water. I will spoil that turning back sometimes in the real PT actually does affect the game. Whether that's the right way or the wrong thing to do, I don't know. 204863. Kinda looked like for a second there that that was being cloned in. That would be very interesting if the game is actually a lot smaller in the area than you'd think, and it's just creating the area. That'd be cool. It'd be a lot more work than just making a bunch of copies of the same hallway, which I assume he did. We will find out in Deconstructing PT. Okay, visual glitch there. There were some visual glitches in the regular PT, but you're not going to trick me to think that that is actually something wrong with my TV. Not with what you can, not with the tricks you can do in Minecraft. It's kind of cool, but I like the sound choice there. So, door is locked, and it's hitting me with a splash potion of something to make my vision shake. Chuck the plant. That's what I'm gonna call this. Chuck. If you get that reference, you're probably as old as me. Alright, so we're really stuck here. Up, up. This game is purely fictitious. 7780 Studios. Watch out, the gap in the door, it's a separate reality. Looks like we started over. The only me is me. Are you sure the only you is you? Now, it looks like we started over, but it's not true. This is shifting. I walked, I could do nothing but walk, and then I saw me walking in front of myself, but it wasn't really me. Watch out, the gaps in the door, it's a separate reality. The only me is me. Are you sure the only you is you? Remember, we did not see the cockroach or endermite this time. And look, we've got a blindness, so we can't see any further. It's not just that the light's out. He has set it so that it darkens everything. Little ghost jump scare there. That one might have got me. I will give you that. I got a message for all the folks there in Radio Land. It's time for action. Our society is rotten to the core. And taking all the time that upstairs folks. Too much text, man. You gotta get that fixed. You can't say that much in text. You gotta be short and concise. It's like Twitter, which you can follow me on Twitter. That will be down in the description. You can also follow me on Google Plus, and that would definitely help me a lot. Might as well turn off the light. What's the difference? Don't what? Oh no, Chuck! Chuck has died! This is terrible. Don't. Ooh, a new head. It's a ghost-like head. Go ahead and keep on turning off the lights. Gotta save electricity these days, kids. You know, look behind you. I said look behind you. You said don't before that. You sure I'm supposed to look behind me and not don't look behind me? Are you sure? What if I just look at the floor? Alright. Dad was such a drag. Every day he'd eat the same kind of food. Dress the same. Sit in front of the same kind of games. Yeah, he was that kind of guy, just that kind of guy. But then one day, he goes and kills us all. He couldn't even be original about the way he did it. I'm not complaining. I was dying of boredom anyway. But guess what? I will be coming back. And I'm bringing my new toys with me. Silent Hill. S. Silent Hills. This is pretty cool. I don't think he intended for me to be able to look left or right. He should have, I think the press to restart PT made by Doodlecraft. And so, that's the end. I kind of cheated us out of another jump scare. I should have turned around and let you see the ghost fly at us. The ghost flies at you in the real PT, but that is not one of the ways that I've ever seen to get to the Silent Hills ending. I don't think there's too much here that I missed, but if the creator or somebody who knows more wants to comment and say, yes, you missed this, this, and this, to the point where he thinks I should continue this video's been pretty long already, and try again, maybe, suggestions will definitely be thought. There are some Silent Hill version maps out there, not of PT, the playable trailer, but of the old versions of Silent Hill, Silent Hill 2 and such, that might be worth looking out if you enjoyed this. If you want to go check out PT and compare it, it will definitely be scarier, but it's very similar to what we saw. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. We're going to do Deconstructing PT by, what was his name? Doodlecraft? And we're going to go in survival mode right from where we are and just fly around. We're going to go in spectator mode and fly around and see all of the command blocks he did, see how interesting it is, how big this map really is. We're right now way in the sky, probably I'd say about 50 blocks or so. I could just look. Oh, we're already all the way up to 122 blocks in the sky, almost to the default build limit of 128. But so I hope you enjoyed this. As always, I end my series the same way. I ask that you like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, comment on it if you want to. If somebody really does go and translate all that stuff, that'll be great. Let's see. and watch every second of my videos. All that helps. Now, one thing I want to do is we did say 20843. I don't remember what the code was. Hmm. So can't type that in, but I'll leave that for you. If you see that number pop up, I bet if you type it into your bar and change something, he might have an Easter egg there for you, or that might just be another way to get to the ending. But that there in PT there were several ways to end it. Anyways, I was wrapping up. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Google Plus, that would be very helpful. Or if you want to friend me on Steam or Battle.net, that's where I play Hearthstone. Uh, all that information is down below. Go check out my YouTube channel. Check out the playlists. All lots and lots of videos there. I've personally recorded over 400 and easily gonna do way more than that by the end of the year. Uh, so all the information to friend me or follow me on Twitter or Google Plus, all that stuff is down below at the bottom of the. Well, it's in the description. It's close to the bottom. Thanks for watching this. Next episode I'm gonna publish right after this will be Deconstructing Silent PT by Doodlecraft. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.